He called me a trust fund Barbie behind my back, so I made him unemployed and single by Monday. I come from a wealthy family. My parents built a well-known business in our field. And yes, I'm a trust fund baby, but I've always made an effort to work and not live like I'm owed anything. I met Mark when I was 20, working as a waitress. He was charming, humble, and never made me feel like my background defined me. I thought I'd hit the jackpot. Mark wasn't poor, upper middle class, lived frugally, always paid for his things. He even turned down vacations with my family. At the time, I saw that as a good sign. So did my family, eventually. There were concerns about gold digging, but I stood up for him. I even fought with my dad to get them to accept Mark. They did. My father even hired him after graduation. He now held a high-earning position at our company. Then everything shattered, all because of a conversation I wasn't meant to hear. Last Sunday, I was supposed to stay at my sister's, but I came down with a fever and stayed home. Mark didn't know. I slept in the guest room for better ventilation and passed out early. I woke up to loud voices in the garden and pulled back the curtain. Mark was outside with some friends. At first, it was just background noise. Then I heard them talking about me. Jokes about me not signing a prenup. Someone said, "Jesus, you're about to make some bank, Mark." And Mark? He laughed and said, "Yeah, just 3 more years and I'm free." Then came the nickname, Trust Fund Barbie. Stupid, clueless. It just kept going. I couldn't breathe, couldn't cry. I just froze. I stayed still, waited for them to leave, then grabbed my phone, texted my sister, and left in the middle of the night. I couldn't face him. I couldn't face myself. The next day, I pretended to be sick, told Mark I didn't want to infect him. Meanwhile, I was stewing in rage and humiliation. My family had warned me, and I had defended him with everything I had. Update: I was tempted to play the long game, to bleed him dry, but that wasn't me. So I talked to my dad and made a plan. We invited Mark to lunch and handed him a prenup, acting like it was just standard procedure. His face drained. He tried to laugh it off, then asked to speak to me alone. In private, he babbled. He called it blindsiding, said it felt like an attack, that I was the one ruining things. I held firm. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just listened. After he left, my dad called our lawyer. Mark had no legal ground to stay in our house or hold his job, so we had him officially evicted and arranged a severance offer to get him out of the company. Once everything was ready, I sent one last message. "Hey Mark, Trust Fund Barbie here. Since you said you'd be free in 3 years, I'll do you a favor and set you free now. Kisses." Cue nuclear meltdown. He blew up my phone with messages, showed up at my sister's place, claimed it was just a joke, cried, begged, pleaded. When that didn't work, he accused me of spying on him, said I ruined his life. Then he flipped again, back to apologetic. He admitted to saying what he did, still insisting it was just a joke. When I asked about the random women in the garden, he gave me a ridiculous story about cousins of a friend who knew about me from Instagram. Please, I stood my ground. I ended it. I don't know what his actual plan was, whether he was stringing me along, hoping to cash out later, or if he thought I'd never find out, but I know one thing for sure. I found out in time. Let him figure out how to pay rent now. Let him figure out how to keep friends who only laugh when he's profiting off a woman. As for me, I'm moving forward. No Trust Fund Barbie tears, just a very expensive lesson paid for in full.